All right then. So you might have noticed the next assignment that's coming up is not only about graphing, but it's also about graphing quadratic functions. Let me show you how this is done, and this will help you answer like question number 1 on the newest assignment that's been posted. So if you recall, when you have f of x is like a function of x. What that means is whatever you put in for a domain x, the output you get is that f of x, or that is the y. So where the y is, you can also interchangeably put f of x as a function of y, or x-axis, or y-axis, I mean. And here's a domain, and here's a range. Independent variable, dependent variable, input, output. So here's how you graph this one. If it makes it easier for you, f of x is equal to, this expression can be written as, let's write f of x as y is equal to negative x minus 3. It means the same thing. So we can just ignore f of x if that makes it easier for you right there. See that? And you're more familiar with this equation. But they all mean the same thing. Now, the numbers that you put in, you could put in whatever number you want, but the parameter, the limit is, x is, the number you choose has to be less than negative 3. So let's go ahead and put in negative 3 and see what happens. So if you put into here, negative 3, knowing that is not the solution because there's no equal sign, you'll know what I mean when I graph. Y is equal to negative times negative 3 minus a 3. So y is equal to negative times negative 3 is positive 3, and 3 minus 3 is a 0. So if you let x equal negative 3, 1, 2, 3, then the y is a 0. However, we're not going to say equal to because there's no equal symbol. We're going to make it into an open circle. So it's 0 and negative 3 and 0 is the coordinate. And now, what is a number that is less than negative 3? You could say negative 4. So let's put in negative 4. Yeah, you could write it like that. So if you put in where the x is with a negative 4, it means it's negative times negative 4 minus 3. Negative times negative 4 is positive 4 minus 3, which is 1. So if you let x equal negative 4, y is equal to 1. So this line is going to go left to right, going down this way. However, we do not want to draw a line past or on the negative 3. So what that means is going to look like this over here. See if it makes sense to you. Boom, like that. My head just bumped into the camera. All right. And now the quadratic function. Now this one is a little tricky. I strongly recommend you use some sort of a graphing software to do this one. But the way we do this one is as follows. You choose the numbers that are whatever input you want, but you want a number that's going to be greater than or equal to negative 3. So let's put in a negative 3. So f of negative 3 for this function, so that's negative 3 squared plus 2 times negative 3 minus 3. Yeah, if you do this manually, it's a lot of trouble. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Minus a 3, that becomes a 0. I could just tell. It is going to be, okay? so right there. So that's where it is. If you let x equal negative 3, it's a 0. All right? And another one is this. Well, if that's a 0, what if I put in a positive 3? A positive 3. Just to put on the opposite side. What happens if I put a positive 3? Then it becomes, no, you don't want that, actually. You know what? I'm going to choose, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm going to choose a 1. See what happens. I just happen to know how it goes. So 1 squared plus 2 times 1 minus 3. All right, let's evaluate that one. That becomes 1 plus 2 minus 3, which is 3 minus 3, which is 0. So if you let x equal 1, y is 0. Ta-da! What's going on? Then the middle is called the line of symmetry. Okay? That's called a line of symmetry. And so what is the vertex? So if I choose -1, like I said, if you use the Desmos.com or graphing software, it will help you visualize the graph a lot easier. That's -1 squared plus 2 times -1 minus 3. That's 1 minus 2 minus 3. That becomes 1 minus 5, which is -4. So if x is -1, you get 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means you have, and then all the numbers you want is greater than or equal to -3. So you have a parabola that goes like this. So this becomes the graph of this step function. See if that makes sense to you. Otherwise, if you use Desmos.com, you will see that from here, what you want is a number from here to there. And that is your graph. Good luck with that.